Roger today with a quickie. This is the Tamarack Mines mystery, and this goes back to 1901. The experimenters dropped two long piano wires attached to heavy weights at the end, suspended them in a 4,250 foot long plumb lines down the mine shafts. Now, measurements showed that the plumb lines were further apart at the bottom than at the top, contrary to what they had expected. Thus arose one of the long-standing mysteries of science. Now, then they went on for forever, and nobody still has any clue what's going on. Then they're talking about flying saucers and all this different business. Well, it's very simple to understand what's going on here. The two long piano wires with the plumb bobs at the end acted as pickups for electricity, and the electricity was conducted down those wires, and then at the very end they both had excessive amounts of electrons flowing down into the earth, which would repel each other and force those two plumb bobs apart. Very simple. Okay, you saw the mine shaft. My contention is those two wires going way down to those two heavy steel plumb bobs at the bottom conducted electricity down in a natural manner of inductance into that wire, and that drove the electrons down, and they made those two plumb bobs at the bottom separate. Now, this is what this guy's going to do here. He's got a coil of wire, and it's AC current going through it, and that creates a huge field of electrons around it. Just same thing with how a motor works, only this is just one stationary coil. Usually they roll around in circles. Now, one stationary coil, what's going to do is push away from this plate of aluminum, because that plate of aluminum is also covered with electrons all over it. So these electrons will force away from those electrons at an exact distance depending upon the structure of this coil and how much electricity is being pumped into it. And here it goes. Watch this. This is really cool. And the thing to take away from it is it does not add or subtract any weight from this. He's got it on a scale, weighs 10 pounds, beginning and when the thing is in the air, and all it is doing is that coil is sitting on a cushion of electrons, which they don't weigh anything to speak of, and it just sits on there instead of sitting on the plate where it is now. Same effect on the scale. It says 10 pounds. So here we go. Very, very interesting. Okay, here it goes. And nice job he did here. And this is a Lenz's law. Here it goes. Now watch.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you see that? And it still weighs exactly 10 pounds.
You can see it's still at 10 pounds.
All right. That's all you really have to see. Now, you should watch this video. That was my voice in that video, not live and in person as this voice is. Gravity, levitation, anti-gravity. Mud Fossil University. This is where you want to go to find out all this stuff. I mean, I've got videos on everything. Sonoluminescence, every single electronic interaction, including atomic blasts, which, as you see, goes straight up in the air. That is anti-gravity, my friend. That is the removal of electrons, and you end up with a positive core. It pushes from the Earth straight up in the air because the Earth is a positive core.